Social dumping has been a big problem here in Norway because the levels of wages have been pretty high for Norwegian workers. When foreigners come in, there's a temptation for employers to pay them less. And when they pay them less, it can also mean that they decide not to pay anything at all. I've had a number of these cases where I worked previously when I worked as an assistance jurist for Blue Cross. We had many of these cases where particularly Poles were employed, and they found out that they were kind of isolated in Norway because they didn't know the language. They didn't even know English, so there's really no way to communicate with them. The middlemen often cheated them of the wages they were supposed to get, and sometimes the employers just didn't pay everything or didn't pay anything. It was thought that these Poles wouldn't be able to defend themselves in a court. So social dumping is a problem because nobody acts to help the people who are being exploited. And I think that's a good thing that cases like that are brought here. This is called the Forliksråd, which is an arbitration panel. And if you lose here, then you can appeal the case to the ordinary courts. But there's a good chance one can win here. They're very professional here. But it's also a very good thing to bring up the case of social dumping in any kind of legal matter. Because otherwise, you just lose your rights and you're exploited. There's laws against slavery. Everybody agrees people shouldn't have to work without money. But in practice, it does happen. And it happens reasonably frequently. So I'm glad that this case is coming up.